I cannot believe 40 years has come and gone. Here we are in Toronto. I was showing Cat a while ago on my camera that 1978 or 79 we did an interview here when you guys had come up. I'm not sure if it was with Earth, Wind and Fire or it was with a tour with or what, but you guys had come up, we did this interview and I was playing it back and saying I cannot believe 40 years has come and gone. Guys, welcome to Toronto once again, and you just finished a show at Dundas Square. How did that go?
It went well, you know. It wasn't the best of production, but we had a good time still.
Good.
And they enjoyed it. We got a good response. So we're pleased about that.
Good. Tell me about the tour, the 40th. How is the 40th going? What are the plans and what have you guys been doing?
Well, to be honest with you, for the 40th anniversary, we had some, as far as the gigs are concerned, we had some extremely good ones. We had, we were in Poland for the biggest festival probably in the world, 800,000 people.
Wow.
And, we did very well there. We did about 5 or 6 really huge festivals there in Europe this year, which was really, really went well for us.
Excellent.
And we have decided that for our 40th year, we wanted to do a book about the band's history.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, Dave Tollington, who is the writer for the book, is downstairs right now. He's a Toronto person.
Excellent.
And that's going very, very well. We had hoped that it would come out for 2013, but it might make the actual shelves until next year. But it's going very well, and it's a document. I don't want to say it's a documentary book because it's a little bit more than that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's a basic kind of vibration. So
Right.
there are lots of interviews with people like Chris Blackwell.
Yeah.
Obviously all the members of the band, family members who are
Right.
associated with us all through the time.
Okay.
We have clips from Stevie Wonder, we have some from Santana,
Okay.
and we are very happy how that's progressing. We have launched a whole T-shirt line to celebrate the 40th year, which should be on the shelves in the next 2 months.
Great. What about an album? Is there a commemorative kind of album?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're looking to
sure.
do a box set. Because I noticed that we had a 20th anniversary
Mm-hmm.
compilation box set of the music that
Right.
represent the first 20 years.
Nice.
So we're doing some remixes of some of the classics
Excellent.
and putting all that together in a box set, which
Yeah.
it too will
Yeah.
be ready for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 40th anniversary
Yeah. Very nice.
thing.
So how do you see the music scene shaping up? I mean, obviously, we are coming from a generation that protest music was definitely the thing. It was a rallying point for everybody, coming up through the years. Well, how do you see music shaping itself out now and comparing that to what you guys would have done starting out? I remember being at your dad's place there at Vale Royal when we were, 16, 17 years
But
old.
it's really the government
You know?
place,
Yeah.
Not so much that place.
True, well, you know what I mean.
As him said, the policeman have to carry back the bike every night and give out government him things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
no, well,
You know what I mean, right?
yeah, of course I know what you
how do
mean.
how do you see the
well, I
music
think
today?
I think that there's been a lot of talk recently about I don't want to say negative, but there's been a lot of discussion about the fact that a lot of Jamaican music has become more contrite in terms of like its message, in terms of what it's dealing with. There's been a tremendous amount of sexual
Yeah.
music in the dancehall stuff. Not putting it down necessarily, but just saying that it has moved away in terms of its focus on, like, as you said, protest or like
Conscious music.
right, conscious music, but conscious music in terms of like the themes of it, and the love factor, the factor for humanity, even the God factor,
Yeah.
has become a lot less.
Right.
But on the other side of the coin, there are a lot of artists who coming up who have really focused on that and who really are into that as well. So you have kids like Chronix, and of course you have the Damian Marley,
Right.
who is like, to me, the top boy right now in that whole reggae thing right now. And you have a lot of people who are really into it. So I think the music has developed in two ways. It has developed in one way with the dancehall, which has become kind of, you know, even I would say from that whole yellow man coming up, that whole syndrome, I would say that the dancehall has even progressed now, because you have artists who are singing songs, very meaningful songs, and we have to understand too that even some of these artists that sing these songs, they're meaningful songs in a way, because people get what they get out of a song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A man make him statement and people get what they get out of it. So
Right.
I don't want to be too judgmental on
Yeah.
anybody's thing still at the same time.
Yeah.
But we're very encouraged by what we see the youngsters
Doing.
like Chronics or like Iwayne or
Right.
you know, or these
Shango.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like King Shango is not a youngster anymore, but I mean
Right.
there's some young ones coming up who really are
Mhm.
dynamic, and you know, the Steve Marley factor, the Damian Marley factor,
Right.
you know, and so on. I think is really great.
But even musically, you know, obviously your
Well, that's
musical
what-
background.
well, that's
and
what
then
I'm
we're dealing with
basically
technology
saying.
and computers now. So
No, but that's
yeah.
what I'm basically
Right.
saying, because right now my little son Stevie,
Yeah.
who is playing with Chronics, he and his generation totally went to Jamaica School of Music and
Yeah.
did a total thing. You know, I have a lot of respect for them for that,
Okay. Cool.
because they really studied their music, and that's where they started,
Mhm.
and they're very dedicated to that. So I give a lot of a lot of thanks for that. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
So I think there are some positives that are happening. There may be some negatives, yes.
Mhm.
But I mean, you know, we as older heads may look at it as negative, but maybe we don't see the positive in it, because our generation, we
Right.
coming from Peter Tosh, Bob Marley,
Yeah.
you know, Burning Spear,
Right.
Heptones, you know, that's where we coming
Yeah.
from. So we were very blessed
Yes.
to be part of that whole thing, you know,
True.
even the whole third world experience, you
Yeah,
know. I mean,
absolutely.
Richie can tell you, we give a lot of thanks for that, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Every time before we play, we say like a prayer, and we give
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for
Yeah.
all the great things that happen for us.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
terrific. To kind of segue from that now, think about Tessa and Chin on The Voice recently.
She nailed it.
I mean, just incredible. I
She
mean, here's a
nailed it.
generation now. She's 27 years old.
Fabulous.
You know, but
Yeah.
we had recognized her before she even reached The Voice, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm glad said that internationally she get the recognition
Yeah.
that she's really due. But
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at what she did and how she represented.
Yes.
And the great fact is that she's herself.
Yeah.
She didn't have to create herself as being a diva.
Right.
She's just a songster.
Yeah. That's right.
Mhm.
Now, how do you think Jamaican music playing out on the world scene, right? Here we have sprinters, we're doing all of this stuff. Brand Jamaica is very, very popular.
Huge.
How do we harness that without going, oh, that was nice, she crushed it on The Voice, or she did great? How do we take what is coming up now in the generation and actually turn this into a proper industry? Any thoughts on that?
Well, it's a tough question, because our industry is made up of so much different elements. You know what I mean? The business side, the lawyers, the accountants, and the publicists, and all the different people
Right.
who have to work in tandem, in harmony, come in one time. And
Yeah.
every time someone might have a great idea of forming some kind of association with just about everything,
Yeah.
a certain element of it collapse and it just never move on. You know what I mean? I said record labels have formed throughout the years, and people with great ambition, and sometimes the talent just fall down, and sometimes the business just drop, and you know. But we just have to just keep doing it, you know, and just hope for the best. But you know, unless some branch of the government, you know, like looking at the Jamaica School of Music, we have seen that come a long way.
Right.
And if they should have a section that covers the business of music,
Right.
like training managers and this
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, and not people just saying, I'm going to take the position of a manager,
Right.
but you got school for it.
Right.
You
Well, look
know,
at
whatever.
England. England is an island, but it harnessed the music product that was exported, and it became, you know, it helped the economy of that
no,
country in
you
tremendous ways.
you can't take the art for granted,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you have it in abundance, like talent down in Jamaica coming like water that just run down the gully.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm afraid of, is that we're not looking at it
Yeah.
in light of what is happening on the world stage, because more and more people are doing reggae music, you know, and so therefore,
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of reggae music from by foreigners now. There are tremendous amount of groups of these guys from California, particularly white guys from California, which is tremendous. I mean, you have like Tribal Seeds, Catch a Fire, Revolution, you know, Slightly Stupid, all these incredible. They have
Big Mountain.
well, Big Mountain is not. Big Mountain kind of fragmented.
Yeah.
But these guys I'm talking about have enormous followings. They sell out everywhere.
They do it viral, you know. It's over the internet.
And
They
that's,
become
and
very used,
they've used the social media and really absolutely just conquered, you know,
No
and set
record labels.
themselves, no record label, nothing, and set themselves up in huge positions to make a lot of money. I mean, I won't say disappointed, but I'm thinking to myself that the Jamaican acts that are coming up, even like the same Chronics we're talking about, you know, I'm just hoping that happens for him, where the Facebook and the social media and stuff really helps him to project, because it seems to be working for him. He's not on any label, he's not signed to anybody, and things are really happening for him. So I think there are some kids from Jamaica who are bright enough to know how to harness that and how to make the thing start to roll for them, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a very important, you know, it's a very important point to make, that the notion that, you know, Jamaican talent is there and why, you know, that all just happen like you mix a cup of Milo. It's not quite, it's not quite as simple as that, you know. So I think that I would like to see the kids do more stuff that is, you know, that can penetrate the markets where the other acts like Gentleman and the European acts are doing huge business in Europe with reggae. And, well, all to be told that some of them are singing in a language that is indigenous to them, but not necessarily to us, you know. You have like Alba Rosie, and you have certain artists who are singing in that language. Alpha Blondy has done that in a big way, singing a French patois from Senegal, and he has made huge, and he even goes to places like San Francisco, Los Angeles, places all around. He may not have the kind of pull in Middle America, but on each coast, he has big following, and he sings in this dialect, and he does one or two songs in English or whatever, but he has a huge following. So it just proves that you can overlap, you know. So I'm hoping that
that'll happen.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, for real.
Well, one final question. Would you guys consider a reunion of some of the original members, you know, for part of your 40th celebration? You think that's possible?
To a degree, you know, and the reason why I answer that, sometimes the vibe for it seems to be right, then it just kind of dissipate, you know, but it's an energy that has to happen with everyone at the same time for to make it possible. But open-mindedness to it still.
Okay, because I would encourage you guys, because there's so many people say, wow, they would just, even if it's one concert that, you know, they join the existing group on as a kind of cameo thing, you know.
One day it might happen.
I like what you just said. They join the existing group as a cameo thing. I love what you just said.
That's what I mean. Guys, it was great to see you again, for sure. It was
PC.
good to see you, man.
Yeah,
right?
man. PC, love, and
cool.
And thanks a lot for what you're doing with your
side.
Yeah,
Thank you.
give thanks for that.
Thank you. Great.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bless.
Good.